Hey everyone, it's Laura from Sold on RV Life coming to you with a new video, but this time it's a little bit different. This is our very first product review sent to us from Titan, and it's all about a fan to help improve circulation inside, outside, in your vehicle, in your RV, in your motorhome. It's also a perfect fan for those of you that are living in your minivan. So check this out, and don't forget to look for a coupon code in the description box.
So what's up? First product review. Yeah. So Laura got hit up a while back before she went off to Washington to abandon us in her time of need. Not really, but anyway, this came in, and so we've been holding off on it to do at least an unboxing and start that part of the video, and then we're going to do a review. So this company is the Titan. All right. And so they have these fans, and it's kind of new to us because it's labeled as an outdoor fan. So I'll just read you a couple little things on there, and then we'll get to the unboxing, right? So it's a strong blower fan kit designed to improve circulation. Equipped with a panel on the fan, remote control. So you can do it anytime. Manual control, 6 speed levels. There's 6 timer settings. It's IP55 waterproof. I don't think I've ever heard of 55. I heard of 65. I know 55. Fan designed for all environments, great for outdoor use to improve air circulation. Anyway, so they hit us up, and we talked back and forth with them a little bit. And they said, okay, we'd like to send you this fan, and all they ask is that we give them a product review. So here's a product review. But just to make sure it's clear, known up front, we don't care if we've paid for it or if they've given it to us for free. Any product reviews you get from us on Sold on RV Life will always be 100% authentic. We'll tell you good, bad, and indifferent, regardless of who paid for it, because that's only fair to you, because that's who we're here for, right? So let's get to the unboxing. We'll see you after the intro. So first thing we're gonna mention is that when we picked it up, I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds like little plastic pieces falling around in there. So hopefully that's not the fan or anything like that, but it didn't come in this box. It came in another box, but this is their actual shipping box, and we have not taken this out yet. So we're gonna go do that now, but I want you to hear that there's plastic pieces in there, so maybe some of the casing or something got. Oh, well, maybe that's what we're hearing.
Oh yeah, that came all the way. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe
That's good. I mean, if that's all it is, then.
Yeah, there's a couple spots.
Oh, this must be a measurer.
Oh, it could be. I don't know. We'll find out. Here's
something right there.
So it's kind of neat how they got a little tucked in. Yep, it sure is. B2B magnet attracting piece. So what it looks like is that's what you measure, and then there's probably little magnet deals that go in here, and so that's replacement of the magnets. So that, because it sounds like you can magnet this.
That sounds pretty cool.
That does sound pretty cool.
I'd love it if we could use it above the fireplace.
Yeah, that would be kind of neat. So, all right, so there's a power cord. Oh, there's the magnets. So here we'll go through each little step here. Again, not reading the instructions because instructions are for rookies. So yeah, these are 2 magnets.
Oh.
And so, oh boy.
Is there a thing that says don't place the 2 magnets together?
Probably. Okay, we'll get those apart later.
There we go.
I got them apart.
Did you want to help, Sadie? What do you want?
So my guess is then this is to mount the magnets, and it's because it's got screws on the back.
So they're in the right place.
And that way then
clever.
you can snap it in. All
Looks
right?
like that sounds like they thought of
so
everything.
this is another. All right, so here's your main power, which comes to a plug-in. And so then you have this plug-in, which comes
so it gives you the length.
Or cigarette lighter.
Yeah, it does say a lot on the package about putting it in vehicles. So.
All right. Let's not stick them to the magnets, though. So yeah, they come already double-sided taped in a protective film. And so my guess is, if you're going to use this,
That would go
screw
on.
into here.
Yeah, so those would use that to go on the wall or whatever, wherever you're putting it on. It's too bad they didn't give you more than. Too bad they didn't give you more than 2 of these, because then you could put them in different places in your, you know, for different uses. So that would be a suggestion. That would be a suggestion I would have, because maybe I want to use it above my fireplace right now to help circulate the air, but I don't necessarily in the summertime want to do that. I want to put it someplace else. So that would be my suggestion right off the bat.
All right, so here's the remote. Minimum 20, 40, 60, 80, max for fan speed. Yeah, it says like 6 different timer settings. And there's the unboxing. You want to plug it in and turn it on, see what?
Yeah, we can at least see what it sounds like. Can you reach that from down there? I don't know. It's pretty far away. Okay.
So here, if you want to hold that end, more than enough. Yeah, so that's really long. We might have to measure that, because that is crazy long. So anyway, plug goes on the end. Now to backtrack a little bit to these mounting, they not only give it to you on this side.
Okay.
So that's kind of neat. I guess once we plug this in and turn it on and we see which way, I'm assuming this is where air is going to come out and this is for air in. And so if you wanted to mount it that way or on top of something, I guess you could do it that way too.
One of the suggestions on the box did say about the refrigeration, keeping your refrigerator area cool, because a lot of RVs have problems keeping that area vented, and it did say that on the box.
Right. So I'm just going to hit the power button. Well, I heard it spin, so let's crank this puppy up. All right, so the minimum fan setting is 20%. So that's where I'm assuming we're at now. That's 20.
Is it actually moving?
There's 40. Oh, no, that's not 40. There we go. There's 40%.
It's blowing my hair a little bit.
Oh, so that's 40%. Minimum 20, 40%. 60%. Sitting here, and Laura's probably from here to her face is probably 3 feet away, and it's blowing her hair.
My hair is blowing.
So here's 80%.
Whoa.
And then here's max. That's moving a fair amount of air.
How about sound? It actually might not want it to blow onto the camera, because it will make it.
Yeah. You can hear it running. It's not an obnoxious.
But that's 100%.
This is 100% max. Yep. So it moves a fair amount of air.
It does. I can feel it quite well.
Yeah. How this would work outside, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Inside, I think it's going to be a great fan for moving air inside. But we won't give an opinion on outside until we try it outside. But I wouldn't say that's overly loud. I think they give a decibel rating. Let's see. It says it moves between 27 on low CFM to 77 cubic feet per minute on the CFM. Their static pressure. Noise level goes up to 41.8 decibels. So that's not horrible. I think inside here, especially with the amount that I was seeing it flow, I think we could definitely make a airflow in this room. You know, I think that, we'll have to try it, but.
All right.
So first impressions, just out of the box, haven't read the instructions, plugged it in, turned it on.
Yeah, it was.
The thing I'm impressed with is the length of that cable add-on, both for, and it works for both 12 volt and coming out of an outlet. That gives you, it's got to be 10, 12 feet. I don't know, we'll get you the exact numbers, but I'm impressed with the length of that. And the fact that it comes with magnets for mounting. Not sure what all these parts are for. We'll figure that out. So first out of the box impression, it's not bad. I guess we'll look up that price point to see. But so far, I'm kind of excited to try this thing out and see how we can use it in different applications. But I think underneath the TV, trying to pick up that air coming out of the fireplace and blowing it across, and the fact that you have a remote. So that's the other plus, is that you have a remote. I think that may come in real handy for you. All right, as promised, we're going to get you some links here. So the power cord coming from a 110 outlet out to the junction here. This is 5 feet. Okay, you got 5 feet there. Then the power cord that comes from this to the fan, this is 3 meters or about 9 3/4 feet. And then the cigarette lighter length plug, which would obviously attach to this, this is 1 meter or 3 1/4 feet. You're looking at almost 15 feet, about 14, and it's 0.84, so a little more than 3/4 of a foot here, and then here you're going to have about 12 feet with this. Not a bad deal. So there you go.
That just to me means that you can place this almost anywhere and be able to reach an outlet of some kind.
Hey, what's up? Just a little update for you on the fan. So we've been trying it a bunch of different places in the trailer, and we figured, let's try it up here and see if, because it's really cold, right? It's been down in the teens during the day, and then into the single digits at night. But with the wind chill, we're getting down into the negative numbers. And so today, I want to say it's like 16 degrees outside. Real feels like about 8. So we put the fan up here thinking, all right, well, heat rises, and we want to see if it's, so we have it blowing at about half. I think it said at 3 out of 6. And so having it blowing right across the ceiling and coming down. And we stuck a thermometer on top of the couch there. And so to give you an idea, the temp for the furnace is set at 68 degrees. So then we set this at some higher number and let it run. And it usually kind of struggles a little bit to get 68 to 70. But as you just saw, 73 there. Thermostat on the wall, I think, is reading 75.
75, yeah.
And again, it's 16 degrees outside.
And I'm feeling air moving right from here.
Yeah, and the thing I noticed is I don't feel that draft, that cold draft.
When we move around.
Yeah.
Because usually when I get up and walk around, I'm like, oh, I'm cold. I need to sit back down in one place. Yeah, you catch
little glimpses of that cold and stuff. Now, you still catch them like when you go by the slides and the door and things like that. But all in all, I would have to say, I think it's doing pretty well. By just circulating that air along the ceiling, because we have the slope ceiling. And so it's just blowing it right down along here and keeping that moving, I think is definitely keeping it warmer in here. So that may be a good use for it. And the information you get out of that is, especially like in the Solitudes or other manufacturers that have the high ceilings that stay all the way up, that may be even more for them to try and keep that air flowing on the top to keep that heat coming down. And it's making a huge difference. I can't imagine that it's 16 degrees outside with a real feel of like 8, and we're in the mid 70s without the furnace.
Yeah. All
by, I think this is a 1500 watt fireplace. You can watch that video.
Coming soon.
So far, moving the air with the fan along the ceiling, working out pretty good.
I'll join you here. Yes, we both agree. Good ideas. Yeah, just trial and error, trying different things. We had a couple other ideas. Maybe in the summertime we'll revisit it some more and see if we can help move cool air around, because that will be even better.
Yeah,
So.
maybe around the ceiling. Yeah, so it's kind of like a ceiling fan and whatever. So yeah,
Right.
so far so good. Doing well, and you can't barely hear it.
And thank you, Titan, for giving us a chance to try out this fan.
Later.